Welcome to this week's lesson, of course, on French. In our last lesson, we're looking, of course, at the sound, and we saw several words in French which use that sound. And clearly, we had an exercise at the end of it to test your understanding, of course, of the lesson. And obviously, I hope it was absolutely well understood. In today's lesson, we are going straight to something else. Something, of course, which we've done already in the past. And right here, we're going to review it with another interactive lesson. Interactive in what sense? Interactive in the sense that we have exercises alongside it to check your understanding immediately after the materials have been given to you. So today's lesson, you must have guessed, is on numbers. And we're looking, of course, at numbers from 1 to 12. We've already learned how to count numbers from 1 to 20. But in the review for today, we're going to take it gradually and we're looking at the range of 1 to 12. In French, les nombres de 1 à 12. So on the screen, you have the numbers, of course, written to you in words and in figures. So you're going to repeat after me so we can clearly get the pronunciation of each of them from 1 to 12. Of course, they are in order, chronological. So let's get started. Un, un, deux, deux, trois, trois, quatre, quatre, cinq, cinq, six, six, sept, sept, huit, huit, neuf, neuf, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12. Very well. So these are, of course, numbers from 1 to 12. Let's see you pronounce them again. How do you say 1? It's un. Good. 2? 2 is deux. Very good. 3. 3 is trois. Very good. 4. 4 is quatre. 4. 5. 5 is cinq. Again, cinq. 6. 6 is pronounced six. 6. 7. 7. 7. 8 is huit. 8. 8. 9 is neuf. 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 10 is 10. 10. 11. 11. 11. 12. Sorry, 11. Again, 11. 11. Very good. 12 is 12. Perfect. So that's exactly how to count numbers from 1 to 12. I hope you can quickly remember again and obviously look at their spellings. Because right now we are moving straight into an interactive exercise which should test your understanding so far of these numbers from 1 to 12. So once again, are you ready for the exercise? Let's get started, of course, and see how good you are at remembering these numbers from 1 to 12. Let's get started. Allons-y. So right here, we have the game, and the instructions are quite easy to understand. As you can see, the instructions are written right below here. It says, to see and hear the words, click on the card. So you're going to play the game. The numbers will be displayed, of course, on the flashcards, and you will be to pronounce the words. So right here we have 1. And how do you say 1 again? Let's check it out in a few seconds. Welcome back again to the exercise. Obviously, to remind you, we are here to test your understanding of the lesson we just had, which is of course counting numbers from 1 to 12. Again, how do you say 1? Yes, 1 of course is un. Again, let's repeat together, un. Un. Let's verify if that's true. We click on the flashcard to see. Obviously, that was right. Un is how to say 1 in French. Let's move on to the next. You're doing good. The next number, of course, is 2. How then do you say 2 in French? It's very easy. Can you remember? 2 is 2. Very good. Again, how do you say 2 in French? 2. Perfect. Let's verify if 2 is the right answer. Let's click on the flashcard.
2.
And yes, 2 is how to say 2. Well done. Let's move on to 3. How do you say 3 in French? Number 3 is 3. Excellent. Again, 3. Let's verify if 3 is right.
3.
3 is the right pronunciation. And of course, it is written T-R-O-I-S. 3. Perfect. Next, 4. 4. What is 4 in French? Well done. 4 we said is quatre. Quatre. Q-U-A-T-R-E. Exactly as you can see here. Quatre. Très bien. Very good. Now let's move on to 5. How do you say 5 in French? 5 is 5. 5. Just like 5 apples. 5 pommes. Let's check it out if that's real.
5.
Obviously, 5 is the number. Again, how do you say 5 in French? 5. Perfect. Next number is 6. How then do you say 6 in French? Very simple. We say six.
6,
Yes, again, six. Yes, and it is written exactly the same like in English, just different in the X sound at the end. In English, we have the X. In French, we don't have any X pronounced. It's like SIS in six. Très bien. After 6, the next number obviously is 7. How do you say 7 in French then? 7 is set.
7,
You got it right. Again, set. Set. Perfect. Well done. Next number is 8. How do you say 8 in French? 8 is 8.
8,
Again, 8. One more time. 8. So the H is always kept silent and you start pronouncing from the U. And the U obviously, UI is pronounced we. Together with the T closing at the end, which is wit. Very good. Again, wit. Perfect. Let's move on to the next number, which is clearly 9. How do you say 9? 9 is 9.
9,
Okay, you got it right again. What is 9 again? 9. Very well, very well. 9 is 9, like you said. And finally, let's get to 10. How then do you call number 10 in French? 10 is this. Let's verify that.
10,
Very well. This. So just like we said, sis, we still have this. So the X again here is pronounced as though it was S. D-I-S. That's the pronunciation. This. Very well. Next, 11. How do we read 11 in French? 11. 11.
11,
So when you read it 11, you don't pronounce the last E at the end. You close it with a Z. So again, how do you say 11? 11. Très bien. Very good. Very good. And finally, we are now on 12. How do you say 12 in French? I hope you get this one right. 12 is... Yes.
12,
12. Again. 12. So we get the U sound on OU and DOU gives us 12. 12. So once again, we don't pronounce the E at the end. So once again, how do you read 11 in French? You say 12. Très bien. One more time. 12. Very good. So well done. And that's exactly numbers from 1 to 12 in French. Hope you learned quite a lot today. Hope you reviewed your understanding. And obviously, it's very important to not forget the numbers in French because you obviously have lots of counting exercises which will need to be done. You also use that to say your age. And so it is super important to always remember the numbers. So let's review all over again. Numbers from 1 to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Very well. So Denzel, that is it for this week. And of course, on Sunday's lesson, would obviously review this again and make sure you perfectly answer the questions and of course complete the games which we have just below. The games are on 3 sessions. We have the flashcard like the one we had right now, and also we have another which tests your understanding of the lesson using a sandcastle where you're going to be tested on your speed most especially. So hope you understand this week's lesson, and always don't forget to review and review again. Maintenant, nous sommes arrivés au thème de notre leçon et on se dit donc rendez-vous dimanche pour la prochaine leçon. Au revoir. Bye bye.